Hey there UKDCers, today I have the full review of this, the Spyderco Urban. This was $73.95 from flashaholics.co.uk, which is a fantastic site, I do recommend them. This is obviously made by Spyderco, this is made in Italy, and it comes in this teeny tiny little standard sort of Spyderco box, although, like I said, much smaller. That's your standard size one that you get a PM2 or a UK PK in. Warranty will be the same standard, Spyderco warranty. If you take it apart and ruin it and they notice, then your warranty's void, but as long as you don't, you're fine. Something to note on that, I've heard tell from quite a few people, especially with these FRN ones, is I haven't done it myself, so this is all conjecture from just other people's stories, but I've no reason to doubt them. This has these all have little D cutouts so that this side doesn't just free spin in there. The FRN often can't take that, so when you're disassembling this or assembling it or whatever, quite a lot of people have mentioned that they end up not being able to tighten the pivot enough because this side is just free spinning the FRN. So if you are going to disassemble this, that is something just to take note of, because it does happen. I've heard reports of it happening. Thankfully, it hasn't occurred to me at all, but it's just something to note with the whole warranty thing there, because I don't think they'll warranty that, because you clearly, you might be able to get away with just saying it came like that, but how would you have noticed if you hadn't tried to take it apart, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit of a difficult one, that one. Anyway, on to the action on this. About perfect, just for a quick use knife, one hand open, it can fling out real quick. You get a little half stop. It's barely noticeable, to be honest. I don't really know why they include it, but it's there, so which is nice enough. It doesn't fail the spine whack test. There you go. You can take it to about there. It instantly breaks, but it's not like it's slamming back or anything, but it's a very nice action. The specific spring strength should probably be on screen now. If not, it's in the description, and you can see where this lines up with every other knife I've reviewed since I started doing that spring scale chart. Washers on this are non-existent, it doesn't need them. If you want to go and see a disassembly of this, you can go ahead and check over to my first impressions, or I'd probably put it on screen like I always do, just to save you the trip. But there you go, that's that. This is all T8 hardware, which is phenomenal. I don't understand why more knife makers don't do that. It just makes such perfect sense. It doesn't look any worse to me for it. And I don't understand why some manufacturers just decide these need to be T6s. Just why not all T8? Does it save money or something? Or this just makes so much more sense to me. Just get one tool out, you can do the whole knife. Just really, really nice. Not that they want you to do the knife, so no lanyard hole or anything like that. FRN scales, which is lovely. This knife is all about being, pretty incognito in your pocket. Very, very lightweight. This one, I think this is what, 88 grams? Yeah. Really, really easy to forget that this is in your pocket. In a good way, you just keep using your pocket for other things, and this won't weigh it down. You won't get any pants sag or anything like that. Oosh. You can not reverse the knife to tip down carry, but it is entirely left hand compatible. You can put the clip on this side, and of course it's just a round hole, so you get complete blade access from both sides, which is a big plus. I always like to see on the slip joint because it's really easy to do. You just need to make the clip switchable most of the time anyway. Grip and guard on this is it's Spyderco's phenomenal. It's made for your hands, not your eyes kind of thing. You get your lovely finger choil here, which also completely stops the blade closing on yourself because your finger gets pinched in there, and that means you cannot push that blade any further. It will just sit there. So this is one of the safest knives out there on the market for the UK. Same as the UK PK kind of thing. Really, really, puts your confidence back in using slip joints if you've maybe cut yourself with one that doesn't have something like that. You get a nice bit of jimping up here to really nestle your thumb into, so you can push on that. And the rest of the handle, even though this is, not hugely smaller, but a fair bit smaller than the UK PK you can see there, still phenomenally comfortable, and I still get all my fingers on it. I mean, there's not much more I can ask for comfort, really. I can sort of just about feel this pocket clip, but it's not uncomfortable, and it feels like one of those ones that if you did do a lot of hard work, it wouldn't be too much of an issue, this, being real. So I don't think it's too much of an issue. But the pocket clip is a nice deep carry one. Guess I'll just use this. It'll look like that in your pocket, which is just a tiny little bit of black, and then it's just that wire clip that a lot of people seem to love. I'm fine with it. I don't particularly love it. I wish it looked more like a little bit more like a pen, but it's not offensive. It doesn't have Spyderco written down the side, or hey, look, this is a knife or anything. So it's all right. You do get quite a large amount of jimping. You get the jimping there and the jimping there, which is both places where your thumb obviously goes. It's fine. I think it absolutely makes sense up here, less so down here, although I guess that's more intended for when it closes, so your finger doesn't slip out, and then I don't know if that ever would slip out, but it's just fine. It's not weird, it's not useless, it's just there. And the fit and finish on this is just fine. It could be better. They could have matched that up nicer, but that's not what this knife is about. This knife is pure utility, as far as I'm concerned. And the fit and finish, these are smoothed off enough. You can sort of catch yourself on the inside here, but it's really nothing to complain about. This knife is just fine. It's everything it's trying to do, it accomplishes phenomenally with like fit and finish wise. It's comfortable. There's no sharp edges. Even here, and that's weird because like quite a lot of the time Spyderco do just need knocking down in some places, but yeah, I gotta say I'm completely fine with all of this. I don't have any real issues, and I've not done anything to this. This is still completely stock. Blade material is N690. If I can get this out of the glaring. There we go, N690. You can see a little Spyderco logo there, and Maniaggio Italy, and then there's Sal's logo on there. Edge retention on this, well, let's have a look, I guess. This one's been used a little bit less than normal because of all this coronavirus stuff, so but it absolutely has gone through a fair, its fair share of cardboard. Taking this to work quite a bit. That seems completely fine to me. Let's see if there's any scratching or anything on the blade. Nope, it's fairly pristine. Although, that's a bit mucky. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, like I said, billboarding, like I said, you got there, that, and the stuff around here. Nothing crazy or anything like that. You do get your finger choil, but you do not get a sharpening choil, which is a bit of a weird thing on Spyderco's. I mean, I'm sort of fine with it because it's not like there's a mountain of material here. It only really annoys me when you've got a huge chunk of material right here that you've got no hope of knocking down when you sharpen the knife. This one's okay. I don't quite feel the need to put a sharpening choil on this just because of how even that is at the base, but it's still, would it kill them? No. Let's have a look at the centering on this then. So centering, it's not perfect by any measure, but it's close enough. It's all right for a utility knife kind of thing. Blade play, nothing whatsoever. Absolutely rock solid. Really good on that front. And let's do a little length comparison. So let's do the let's do lock knives first, I guess. So we got ourselves a 940, a PM2, and a lot closer to this will be the more compact mini grip. And from the UK, we've got here's the dinky little classic SD. Here's the full size like Pioneer. And the one that most people are going to be interested in, the UK PK. And you can see it's pretty much just a UK PK minus a little bit. It's a worse steel than this one, and this is G10 rather than FRN, but I don't know, I quite like the FRN. I really like the G10 as well. I think this red's beautiful, and I really do like these G10 scales, but this knife is slightly more comfortable in hand just because of the size. But this one is such a nice carry. It's so easy to conceal this. It's a nice black. It's a very small blade. You know, you could reasonably get this out in public and do something quickly with it and put it away again without, you know, worrying anyone or turning any heads or anything like that. You know, it's all right. If you can go even smaller than this if you want. You can get the Spyderco Squeak, which is, I think it'll be the same handle size but in an even smaller blade. So, you know, you can pretty much go as incognito as you want with these Spydercos. Personally, I like the UK PK the most because I'm really not worried at all about, you know, I'm very happy with what the law says, what the legislation says, but I can entirely understand if someone's really not looking to create a scene or anything, or, I mean, I'm not looking to create a scene, but if someone's really not looking to, you know, to get seen, or really wants to keep an ultra low profile, or, you know, something like that. So this absolutely has its place in the market. This is, and I really haven't noticed any less utility compared to the UK PK, to be honest. This has been absolutely fine. I've been just as happy to carry this as this. I think they're both fantastic knives. Value-wise, it's a little bit expensive. Like I said, $73.95, $71.95 if you can get it on Heine Haynes, if they ever get it in stock. But yikes, you know, that's a lot of money for FRN and N690, especially when you can, you know, you can get something like, I don't know, this for you can almost get these for 15 quid, something like that, or you know, there are plenty of other options that are much cheaper than this with comparable materials. If this was around 50, I'd say this would be perfect, but you know, as is, the big problem with this one is this one here, which is in S35VN, sorry, S30V, and G10 scales, is only very slightly, in fact, let me have a look right now. This one is, I mean, they haven't got these in stock at the moment, to be fair. They haven't got this in stock either, though. This one is £8 more than this. For better steel, arguably better handles, depending on what you're looking for. I find it really hard to justify this particular model versus this one. Heine Haynes have really got a nice, you know, a really nice model here for the money. If this was, I mean, this is more expensive than the UK penknife, than the UK PK. The UK PK is BD1N. Not that I've got any experience with that, but I mean, really, I mean, you can get the drop point for £60, but I don't understand why this is such a high cost knife when you can get the bigger ones for less, or, you know, this one for just, I mean, what, £8 more? So, I mean, it's up to you, though. Like I said, it does have a place in the market. It is just the smaller version of this. It's less offensive. It's easier to carry. It's easier to conceal. You can, like I said, you can get the Squeak, which is even smaller. But yeah, overall, I think it's a fantastic knife. I think it does really need to be a little bit cheaper. I think 50 would be about perfect for this. That said, it's always out of stock everywhere, so people must be buying it. I'm one of them, obviously, but mine's more review based. But there you go. Thank you very much. Cheers.